Here we go. We're going to talk about the NASDAQ composite and the other MMTs. Please go on mute while I do the live video and update everyone. NASDAQ composite down another 41 handles today. 28.95. We're in bear territory. These are the intraday low count on the NASDAQ composite, and I'll go back up here. We'll start with Apple and then Google, and then we got Amazon. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. You haven't seen this slew of red. It would have been a calendar year ago that we were going through this with the European stuff, and we had days like this all the time. Now, granted that bull is broke at the moment, that is the NASDAQ composite low count. MMT, when I take you to the NYSE and I go over here and I go to the intraday low count where 50% of your program trading is being done, look at the names today. CMG down 12. CF, those were the ones we had the puts on the other day and that reported earnings, and they got down to 195. Ralph Lauren, LinkedIn, across the board, EOG, our big bellwether, Goldman. Look at the list. It's never been this red. You have to go back a calendar year, like I said. I mean, there is nothing but red. And that was because, oh, and let's take a look at the amount of losers here. These are all the losers on the NYSE. Look at how long that list goes on the NYSE. There isn't nothing green. I mean, these are the losers. And I can tell you right now, that's what it looks like. I will also be happy to let you know here that I'm just going to do a quick snapshot of the Dow on a daily chart. You broke below the 200-day moving average. The S&P that we just had talked about, S&P 500, is breaking its 200-day moving average right here. NASDAQ composite is below its 200-day moving average 2 days in a row. S&P NASDAQ 100, well below its 200-day moving simple average. But let me tell everyone, we're getting to a point of getting oversold like we did over here when we got oversold down here before and we made the big rally up here. This is what it looks like down here. So basically the markets are getting washed out over the election because that's what's causing this now. So what I am going to tell people, that's the NASDAQ 100. The Dow is broke. It's broke. It's below the 200-day moving average. What was support? They sold it down through it. We already talked about this very extensively. And once again, the S&P 500 is following suit. And it's cracking its 200-day moving average for the first time. Where would be the next support level? We've already told you. We'd like to see it come down here to 1350. And that tomorrow, that once you start going below here is where that selling would increase for a third day in a row. Now, having said that, I've gone through all of the stocks that had percent losers here on the NASDAQ now. And this list here on a percent loser basis, look at these names here. Look at them. They're big. There's lots of names in here. Nothing but a broader sell market. As we had warned many people, had you listened to us, you would have been selling up here at the highs in the S&P. But that's the broader thing. That's the conclusion of all key 4 indexes here. And we just showed the low count of the NASDAQ composite and the NYSE. That is today.